Whoopi Goldberg is in full-blown panic mode, and the spectacle is unfolding for all to see. The very woman who built her career on ridiculing, mocking, and attacking conservatives now finds herself scrambling behind the scenes, desperately trying to make a $100 million lawsuit vanish. For years, Whoopi and her co-hosts on The View have used their platform to take jabs at anyone who doesn't align with their ideological beliefs, assuming they could say anything without repercussions. But this time, they picked the wrong target: Karoline Leavitt. The incident that sparked it all just days ago. A heated segment on The View took an unexpected turn when the panel launched into a personal attack on Karoline Leavitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary. During the discussion, Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts hurled accusations at Leavitt, calling her unqualified, dishonest, and even questioning her competence. It wasn't just criticism, it was a full-scale verbal assault laced with defamatory remarks that painted Leavitt in an unfair and damaging light. Leavitt, a rising conservative star, had already made waves in political circles, but this public character assassination was a step too far. Unlike many conservatives who have been smeared by mainstream media, Leavitt didn't take the attack lying down. Instead of engaging in a social media war of words, she took decisive action. She lawyered up and filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and The View. Whoopi's desperate attempts to backtrack the news of the lawsuit hit The View like a bombshell, and suddenly, the usual smug confidence on Whoopi's face was gone. According to inside sources, Goldberg has been working frantically behind the scenes, reaching out to Leavitt's team in a desperate attempt to arrange a private meeting. Some reports suggest she's even considering issuing a public apology, a move almost unheard of for someone like Whoopi, who has built a brand around never backing down. The irony is striking. Whoopi Goldberg, who has spent years lecturing Americans about accountability and pushing for the cancellation of anyone she deems offensive, now finds herself facing the very consequences she has long championed for others. For the first time in years, Whoopi is the one under fire, and the pressure is mounting by the hour. ABC in full-blown crisis mode. ABC executives are reportedly in a state of panic. A lawsuit of this magnitude doesn't just threaten The View, it threatens the entire network's financial stability. Advertisers, the lifeblood of daytime television, are said to be reconsidering their partnerships. Some have already pulled their ads, and if more follow suit, The View could be staring down its final season. For ABC, the dilemma is clear. Do they back Whoopi and fight the case, risking an even greater fallout, or do they cut ties with their longtime star in an attempt to salvage the network's reputation? Insiders say discussions are already happening behind closed doors about whether Whoopi is worth the damage she's causing. The legal strategy behind Leavitt's case. Unlike previous media controversies that fade away with a half-hearted apology, Leavitt's lawsuit is built on solid legal ground. Her legal team has reportedly gathered overwhelming evidence that the statements made on The View were not just opinions, but outright falsehoods intended to damage her reputation. They plan to subpoena emails, production notes, and internal communications from ABC, which could expose just how calculated these attacks were. And it doesn't stop there. If Leavitt wins this case, it could set a powerful precedent, paving the way for other public figures to take legal action against mainstream media personalities who engage in politically motivated defamation. The media landscape as we know it could change forever. The fallout for Whoopi Goldberg. For Whoopi, the stakes couldn't be higher. A $100 million judgment could wipe out a significant portion of her wealth, potentially forcing her into bankruptcy. Beyond the financial hit, the lawsuit threatens to permanently tarnish her career. If ABC decides she's too much of a liability, she could find herself out of a job with few networks willing to take the risk of hiring her. The legal battle is also drawing public scrutiny, and Whoopi's once loyal fan base is beginning to fracture. Social media is ablaze with hashtags like "Oh, hold The View accountable" and the Whoopi lawsuit, with users calling for ABC to take immediate action. Even some moderates and independents, who previously dismissed conservative complaints about media bias, are starting to question why shows like The View have been allowed to operate with such blatant disregard for fairness. Could this be the end of The View? With advertisers pulling out and a major lawsuit looming, the future of The View is uncertain. If ABC is forced to settle for a massive payout or loses the case in court, the financial strain